Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Pamela and this is Teacher Pamela Plans, where we do everything from crafting to teaching ideas to planning and dreaming and so much more. Okay, so let's get started. This is for my 2024 Catch-All Planner and I am super excited to show this to you. Now, I apologize for this getting out so late. Part of the reason why is because I was super sick at the beginning of the year. And I'm finally back at it completely, though I still have somewhat of a cough. But in this video, I decided to do a voiceover because I was hacking away. So I apologize for that. All right, so for 2024, I decided I would go all out and I purchased this beautiful cover wrap that I'm going to be using in January at the very least, but I'm sure I'll be using it a lot more than that. This is the Allegedly Gray by Jane's Agenda, and it is absolutely gorgeous. She also had the navy available, and I honestly went back and forth between the two, ended on the Allegedly Gray. It's vegan leather, has this beautiful magnetic snap on the front, 2 pen loops, and beautiful pockets inside. I use a classic size planner, which is a 7 by 9 1/4 planner, and I'm going to be using these gold discs, which are 1.5 inch discs for this month. All right, and here is why you will see. Oh, I'm using these beautiful gold discs with this beautiful clear cover. This is from the Jane's Agenda subscription box from 2024 January, and I'm super excited about it. Can't wait to get it on there. As you can see, I still have the film on it. I honestly just wanted it to stay protected and not scratch. So I'm kind of keeping the film on there, and I'm okay with that just for protection purposes for now. Okay, and then I'm going to be also adding in this beautiful, gorgeous oil painting like background, and it's just of the sky, and I just wanted that to be my front cover. It's just so gorgeous, and it just looks like, you know, the beginning of something. So that's why I wanted to choose this one for my cover. All right, so next up I'm going to show you how I decorate the front folders of my wrap. So here I have this beautiful card that they gave us in the subscription box, and it says Conquer on the front. I love that. Of course, we're going to conquer 2024. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about this card specifically. This card, I asked when I ordered the wrap if I could get a new one because the one that was in my subscription box was damaged, and they sent it right to me. I had no problems with their customer service. They are amazing over there at Jane's Agenda. All right, so this is my other one that was kind of bent up a little bit, and they sent me that new one. Pretty awesome. All right, so I'm also going to put my calendar up here in the front. We got these black calendars, and they are so cute. They were a doorbuster at one point, and I just really love it. It's so cute, and I have them for the whole year. And then I'm also going to put in this January 2023 card. But I'm making it so I can't see the 2023 part. And it says, edit your life frequently and ruthlessly. It is your masterpiece after all. And that's by Nathan M. Morris. And I just love that because it just fits perfectly with the theme of colors. And then also in the front here, I like to put some Post-its. So I've got some transparent type Post-its that are in this like aqua color. And then I also have some completely clear ones that came in the subscription box from January. And these are both Jane's Agenda as well. All right, so next up is my word of the year. And I'm going to use this beautiful background that was also in the January Jane's Agenda subscription box. And it is this beautiful peacock. It goes amazing with this Allegedly Gray. And as far as my word of the year, I created it on Canva using a beautiful acetate. And I just absolutely love it. I just did some tweaking from last year and created some new ones for this year. And I really love it. So then I have the little definition down below that it's a verb, accept something as true, to place confidence in. That's what believe means. So that's what I'm going to be doing this year. All right, next up is my inbox section. I have my beautiful crystal clear dividers that I put for each of the different things. So first up is that inbox divider. And I love this because I can see everything and layer everything, and it's gorgeous. And then after that, I'm going to put a this week kind of dashboard hybrid situation. And on that, I'm going to put what I have going on for the week. And then I have my acetate inbox that I created on Canva. And after that, a beautiful background, which also is a dashboard that I got from Jane's Agenda on another subscription box. Okay, so then after I have that particular part of my inbox, I have this back, and it's so gorgeous with the beautiful flowers on the back that also look painted. And then I put a clear folder in there. Now for this folder, it is my inbox folder. So anything that comes in that I need to do, receipts, things from school that I need to put in my planner that I need to know about and put on the calendar, anything like that goes in this folder so that when I get to it, I can get to it. And after that, I've kind of forgot to put my planner routine, which also goes on the opposite side there and goes on top of those beautiful flowers. So this I created also through Canva, but instead of using the acetate, I decided to use vellum for this. So I like to have a little bit of a mixture of the two in my planner. Also, I've had a couple of requests for my planner routine videos on that, so I will definitely be doing that within this year sometime. So you'll have to check those videos out as well if you're interested. All right, so now I have a double-sided dashboard. It goes with the color scheme beautifully. It's from an old Jane's Agenda box, and then I add my brain dump triggers to that. This is the same as last year, except for I tweaked the style of it, but I used acetate last year. This year I'm using vellum. And I got this idea from Personalize My Planner. She has a free printable that's this exact layout, essentially. I may have added a couple little things in here or there, but this is what she has on her channel, and she has some great organization ideas. If you are interested in that, you should check out her channel as well. Then right next to my brain dump triggers, I actually put that on the left side on purpose. And the reason why is because then right next to it, I put my inbox. And these particular ones are from Jane's Agenda. I've also used ones from Fancy Plans Co. Both I love dearly. I use one of these inserts per month, and then I just start brain dumping what I need to do for the month. And it has a little slot for urgency, next action, scheduled, delegated, project, reference, someday, canceled, and a checkbox. All right, so here I'm going to get started with remembering the fact that I forgot to do my pocket chart with my quotes in it. So I go back to the beginning because this is actually where I put my quotes, is right next to my word of the year. And I take out my December quotes, and this cute, adorable pocket chart was from a subscription box from Jane's Agenda. I do not think she has these specific ones on her website, unfortunately, because I think that they would be a great buy. But anyway, that's where I got them, and I really love having them in my planner. So I'm going to put the quotes. It's on, rise and shine. We cannot become what we want by remaining where we are. Max Dupree. Good. Remember, we need to move forward and grow. Quality over quantity. I really want to have some good connections with people this year and focusing on that quality time rather than quantity with them. It's your story, honey. Feel free to hit them with a plot twist whenever you want to. Trust the magic of new beginnings. Of course, it's the beginning of the year, so that's a perfect one. I'm going to make everything around me beautiful. That will be my life. Elise DeWolf. First, you dream, then you do. So I need to remember to think about what it is that I want and then do it. Do the actions. I do this thing called What I Want. Let's do what we love and do a lot of it. That's by Marc Jacobs. Plan, plan, plan. It's already yours, the universe. So remembering that it's in my hands. I just need to believe and have the actions in place. All right, so next up is section 2, which is my goal section. And in this section, I have this insert that's kind of like a dashboard. It's thick enough to be. And it says, to make living itself an art, that is the goal, by Henry Miller. And this actually came in a subscription box last year, I think in January. And I really like it. It's got on the back 52 weeks too. And so then I'm going to be putting some pictures in there of myself. And the reason being is that I am not going to be doing some sort of pound goal of I want to lose X amount of weight or anything like that. I just want to feel better about myself and look visually at the results that I create. And so this is how I'm going to do that is I'm going to take a picture of myself each week and post it here. All right, after my 52 weeks is my manifestation journal. This is another insert that Jane's Agenda created for us in another subscription box, and I really, really love it because I believe in manifesting. So first you state your manifestation, then you say what you're grateful for. There's a visualization section that says I see, I have, I feel, an action plan, because without an action plan, you're not really honestly going to get anywhere. And then daily affirmations. And daily affirmations are things that you're not quite believing them, but they're a bit of a stretch. All right, so then after that, I have my level 10 tracker, which is really, I changed into a level 8 tracker. And I really love this insert that Jane's Agenda gave us last year. And so I wanted to recreate it this year. So I created it on Canva, but I used the Moxie Life different areas of life for it and even the colors. So I color coordinated it. And then I will show you in another video where I wrote my goals in there and kind of my steps for each of those. And then I'm going to show my progress here at the top. Okay, so then the next part is a goal section. Jane gave us these from Jane's Agenda towards the end of last year, and I'm excited to use these. We have Q1, 2, 3, 4, so quarterly sections, and then they're divided into 3 little squares there. You can do what you want with that. I still haven't figured out exactly. Then there's this lovely grid paper. And then you have your 90-day goal. So this splits things up even more. Your goal, your why, your how, and then by month, and even micro goals for each month, your how, and your wins and opportunities review. So I really like how this breaks this down even more detailed. Okay, so then after that, I'm going to put my ideal day. I really like this insert. It's from a long time ago, but I enjoy it because I like to have an idea of what I really want my ideal day to look like. I do need to make some adjustments on this, however, because things have changed slightly. And then on the back of it is the ideal week. Now, I've never put this together because for me, things are so sporadic and very different every day. It's kind of hard for me to put in an ideal week. So I don't know that I'll use that. All right, so here I kind of backtrack a little bit. I bring out these affirmations that are about finance and wealth, and I decide I'm going to put that with the manifestation inserts area because that makes the most sense to me. So I'm going to put those there. And this has things like every day I grow more financially savvy, I'm worthy of financial security and freedom, my hard work is paying off in financial abundance, etc. And then here I also decide to add in this lovely vellum that I put on top of and layer with that 52 weeks. And this is the start of anything you want. And I feel like this is perfect vellum for this section. All right, so this next section is section 3, my self-care section. And I have my crystal clear divider here. And then I have this vellum, a new era of me with this butterfly dashboard, both from the January subscription box of Jane's Agenda. I absolutely, absolutely love this concept of the fact that though it's a new era, that I'm still going to be me and I can make changes along the way and grow. All right, so next is my self-care insert here. And this is from Jane's Agenda. I absolutely love it. I'll be using it all year round. And what I really love about this is that it has a section for mind, body, and soul within it. And so then I get to document what I'm doing for my mind, what I'm doing for my soul. And then as far as the body section, it has, you can track your weight, your breakfast, 2 snacks, lunch, and dinner, steps and exercise. You can track your water, your hours of sleep, and the quality of sleep that you have. And then it also has on the sidebar there a place for gratitude and notes. I just use that for my decor. I also add a tip in. So you can see me adding in all these tip-ins. This is my morning and evening routines, and it's just a tracker for that. Am I following these routines? And it just kind of helps me stay accountable for those routines. and I'm not very good at my evening routine, so I really need to get on the ball with that one. Okay, so before my self-care insert, then I have this beautiful mood tracker, and this is watercolor. I got this on Etsy by Pretty Witty Makings, and I just love it. I have the 12 months worth of these mood trackers, and you can make those moods whatever you want them to be, which I really like too. It's very flexible. After my self-care tracker, I add my movies and shows to watch that I love so much. And then some of my favorite things. These are a few of my favorite things. That's just some self-care ideas that I add in. So next up is the reading section of the self-care section. Here I have a reading list. This is from the January subscription box, and it has self-improvement ideas for books to read. Then I'm adding in from Etsy, from Emily Simply Reading, I have my Book of the Year contest. Since I'm in a book club, I read a book a month for that book club, and then we find out which one it was my favorite of the year. I think this is such a fun little insert. And then on the back of that, I add my bookshelf so I can write and color in all the books that I've read for the year. And then after that, I have some inserts from Jane's Agenda. These are books to read, so any ideas of books that I want to read moving forward, and I'll use those ideas to speak out in my book club. And then I have the actual reviews of each of the actual books that I read. So there's a quotes and notes, how many stars do you give it, the title, the author, the chapter and page numbers, as well as quotes and notes there. And then you can also add some recommended additional reading down at the bottom, the title and author, if there's something that's kind of similar to this particular book, and then quotes and notes and thoughts and ideas on the back. So I love this review. I think this will be great to bring into my book club. Last in my self-care section is my lunar phases. I put this in this section because I like to do moon rituals, which is a part of my self-care. And I love this dashboard behind it with the moon. So pretty. All right, so I changed this up a little bit on Canva. Before I had it all black, but now I made the illuminations in yellow, which helps me because I got a little confused last year. Is this the new moon or the full moon? So this helps me, and I can tell way easier. All right, so next up is section 4, my schedule section. I add my crystal clear divider later because I forget it here. And then here I have my decor for my monthly. This is a January vellum. I have vellums from Jane's Agenda through December, so I'm going to be using those. And then this beautiful flower behind it to layer. Love it. Next, I add my monthly insert, and I use Jane's Agenda's executive layout. I really love this layout because it's lined and it fits the Erin Condren sticker kits that I like to use. I don't use the front of it, so I usually cover it up with something. All right, so here I'm adding my weekly inserts. Now, my weekly inserts, I usually use a variety of different ones. This time I'm using Plum Paper, and it's their vertical priorities layout. I really love this layout, and I got a full year's worth, so I'll probably be using that quite a bit, but I like to use dailies and weeklies and different things. Here I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to glue pieces together because I don't like where it shows like half of a calendar or, it shows the end of one of the weeks. So I usually try to put like some plain paper over it or figure out a way to tape it together. My next section here is going to be section 5, and this is my faith section. So here's my crystal clear divider that I remembered to put in at this point. And then I have grateful for all that is known to me and all that is yet to be shown to me. I feel like this is a perfect vellum for that particular section because God's showing me the way, right? So I really like that for that. And then this like flowery background is just so beautiful on this dashboard. I'm just loving all the decor. It's working out really well. Okay, so I'm doing things a little bit differently here. I am adding an insert here. This is by My Bella Digital, and it was on Etsy. And I'm just adding one little section. She has a whole big journaling thing, but I'm just adding this particular section because it's about Bible study, scripture, and then observations. I'm actually not going to use the observations, but I'm going to use these other cards that I got from Fragile Mama on Etsy, and I'm going to be writing scripture. so that I can memorize it. So I'm going to kind of do some lettering with it and make it fun. And Fragile Mama has these little cards that have multiple different scriptures on them. And then so I'm going to be using that to write the scripture and then try to memorize it by repeatedly writing it over and over again. So that's what I'm using this Bible study for, these inserts for. And I try to clip it some different ways, and eventually I just come around to like taking the clip off completely for those little cards. And then what I end up doing is just using a regular metal gold clip for it because that fits better in the planner. All right, and then after these newer inserts, I'm adding these older inserts that I've used before. These are from Plum Paper. I love these because they have scripture and reflection, praise and gratitude, answered prayers. I love that section. Who you're praying for. And then it has 4 of those on each front and back side. I'm going to be using these for my Wesley Covenant group, which is my Bible study. All right, so next up is my section 6, which is my home section. And this is a big section for me. For the decor, I have this beautiful vellum bee that's gold foiled from a long time ago from a Jane's Agenda subscription box. And then I'm adding this abstract painting with the peacock on the back. Super cute. I'm going to add a tip in here that's a perpetual calendar. And I typically use this for things that I'm going to be doing or plans with my boys specifically. I have 2 boys, one's 5 and one is 13. And so there's some substantial age gap there with activities going on. Speaking of that, I actually use this goal insert from Jane's Agenda. This is on her website. And I use this for the calendar that I have for my boys' school. It works perfectly for that. And I can show you that in other videos of how I have that changed and adapted. Next up, I'm actually adding my social media guide. This is from Plum Paper. I had it in my goals section, but I feel like it makes a lot more sense here in my home section. So I moved it to my home section, and I'll be adding some cool things in here this year. I didn't do a lot with it last year. I want to do more with this year, showing kind of planning what I'm going to do for my videos. This next part of this home section, I'm going to add my cleaning routine ideas. So this is a particular insert that is from Clean Mama. You can find Clean Mama online at cleanmama.com. And I got these inserts. I paid for them on there. And basically it breaks down your cleaning routine into daily tasks, weekly tasks, monthly tasks, things like that. And so I think it really simplifies things and makes them not as overwhelming. After that, I have this annual reminders list, which is really cool. Jane gave us this for annual reminders of things to do, and then seasonal reminders, as well as quarterly reminders. And these are dashboard-like. And I really like that because it's just going to remind me, oh, these are the things that I need to be doing each of these times of year. All right, so after that, the executive monthly that Jane's Agenda has this additional insert that's a perpetual planner. So I'm actually adding that here because I want to add my cleaning tasks in this area. I'm probably going to glue that front because it's a nameplate basically, and so I'm not going to need that. But I'm going to add in those as well as this task list per month. So I think that'll be awesome. All right, my next section here is section 7, and this is my finance section. Now, I don't have any more of the crystal clear dividers because there's only 6 of them, but Jane added this in the November box, the budget, expenses, and debt little dividers here for this particular finance section. I think this will be really cool to be using. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to use this exactly when I made this video. So, I don't have it really totally set out and figured out. I'm using this beautiful foil for the decor in the front, and I'm not going to have any decor in between, but I have that layered with the beautiful flower dashboard, and I love it. So because I don't really know so much of what I'm going to do in this section, I kind of leave it out, and I'll have to show it in another video. But I do add this financial wellness checklist, and I love adding that in. So that came in the box as well. And then I add in some of my previous information. So that's confidential, so I don't really show that here. Here, I kind of backtrack a little bit. I go back to the front and I decide, you know what? I'm going to add the back cover because I love it so much. I'm going to add it to the very beginning of my planner. So really the front and the back of the covers there are right there in the front. And it says, I hope that in this year to come, you make mistakes. Because if you're making mistakes, then you are making new things, trying new things, learning, living, pushing yourself, changing your world. You're doing things you've never done before. And more importantly, you're doing something. This is from Neil Gaiman. Love that quote. All right, so here I head to the back of my planner again. I had added in this like beachy theme. I ended up taking it out because it just doesn't work. But I do add in this beautiful butterfly, half butterfly, as well as this was an old cover that I ordered from Jane's Agenda, this like butterfly cover, and I love it so much with the theme. So I add that in for my last section. Section 8 is my notes section. For my notes section, I add in a dot grid. I add in some line paper, and then I add in some quads as well as a couple of tip-ins of lists. Those are the kinds of things that I add in for my notes. That is my January catch-all. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe below. Let me know of anything else that you would love to see. And don't forget, keep believing. Bye-bye.